I'm now going to connect the rear skid. To connect the rear skid, I need these components. I need the main thing that I've been building. I need one of these 14mm spacers. I need one of these bricks, which is the thing that looks a bit like a plastic Nutricone with the 3 holes in it. I need the skid itself, which is this kind of pen lid looking thing, and one of my small M2 hex bolts. Okay, so to put this together, I first slip the skid over the spacer and push it all the way in. That's as far as it'll go. Then I take this skid and the spacer, and I'm going to insert that into the brick. Now, the brick has got these little feet, okay, but actually, they point up in the air, okay. So, with those pointing away from the skid, I insert that into there, and you should just be able to see that the little metal spacer just ever so fractionally pokes out above the top of the brick. Okay. Now, I need to connect the brick now onto the motherboard, and this is an important point, and I'm going to tell it to you once. The legs on the top of the brick have got different spacings, okay? At one end of the brick they're slightly closer together than at the other end of the brick. It's kind of hard to see, but that is the case. And you'll also notice, if you look very closely, that the holes in the motherboard aren't exactly parallel to the edge of the board, okay? One's slightly further in, one's slightly further out. So you need to make sure that when you put the brick into the motherboard from below, and you slot those it into those holes, that the brick is exactly parallel to the front of the board. If you try and put it in the wrong way, it'll end up at an angle to the board, like that, okay? And that's not what you want. And make sure you put it the right way, get those holes aligned in the right direction, and that it's parallel to the edge of the board. Then you can get your Allen key and your bolt, M2 bolt, and screw that carefully into the top of the spacer to hold the skid in place. Just tighten that down, not too much again, but fairly solidly. And now you can see it sits outright, nicely like that. Also, by the way, I put those tyres on. Okay, I put those tyres on the wheels. You can take those wheels off and leave them until after you've connected the motors to the motherboard, if you like. I realise it can be a bit tricky to do both. There you go.